of the Negro people in Harlem have taken an active part in the civil rights struggle. We observe that there have been other groups out on the streets. The nationalists have been out on the streets, the Muslims have been out on the streets, but the NAACP up to this point has not been out there where the people are at.
All over man, there's not one black citizen in the United States. I defy Dr. Bunch or Martin Luther King to tell me that they're citizens of this no good country, because integration will never happen. You'll never, as long as you live, integrate into the white man's system.
In the early 1960s, on inner city street corners in the North, many groups competed for the hearts and minds of black America.
All praise is due to Allah. Hey, everybody in Harlem is a Muslim.
One of the groups attracting the largest crowds was the Nation of Islam.
We too have been taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that we were stripped of everything we had and been cast into the fiery furnace, a land where they've been making it hot as hell for us for 400 years.
The Nation of Islam was a religious organization. Its approach to teaching black pride and self-reliance often provoked controversy. In major cities across the country, the nation built temples for prayer, established businesses to encourage economic independence in black communities, and created schools to educate its children. Members of the Nation of Islam were sometimes referred to as black Muslims. Their God was Allah, and his messenger was Elijah Muhammad.
The so-called American Negro have to be completely re-educated. He have to be completely made over again. And the condition that he is now in, he's not fit for self. And Islam gives him that qualification that he can feel proud and does not feel ashamed to be called a black man or a member of the black nation.
Elijah Muhammad successfully rehabilitated many convicts and drug addicts, teaching discipline and self-respect.
I quit taking drugs in 1958 after I heard the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is the only thing that ever gave me the inspiration or the strength not to use narcotics.
That's right.
And he opened the door for me to show me that some of the good things of this earth could be mine.
Right.
With just a little effort.
Right.
And following him.
That's right.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad doesn't condemn the victim. He goes to work on the victim. He doesn't say that all...
One of the converts was Malcolm X, who would soon transform the Nation of Islam. He was born Malcolm Little. His father was an organizer for black nationalist Marcus Garvey. After the father's violent death, which many believed to be a lynching, and the subsequent breakup of his family, the young Malcolm drifted into a life of drugs and crime. In 1946, he was convicted of burglary and sentenced to 10 years in prison, where he was introduced to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. After his release, he became a Muslim minister, and through street corner rallies, brought many new members into the Nation of Islam.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that it is time for you and me to stand up for ourselves. It is time for you and me to see for ourselves. It is time for you and me to hear for ourselves. And it is time for you and me to fight for ourselves. We don't need anybody today speaking for us, seeing for us, or fighting for us. We'll fight our own battles with the help of our God.
So the first time I actually saw him was in the mosque in Harlem one Sunday afternoon as he preached one of his sermons. And he described how we as black folks smelled. He described how we looked. He described how we felt. And then he described what caused us to feel that way. You know, the chains of slavery are still in your minds and in your heads, and you look at the white man and you love him. That's what you do. You hate the fact that he let you go from slavery. You want to go back there, you know. But no, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is here now, and we're gonna change all that. You know, the righteous black man is on the scene, and we're not gonna be satisfied with you and your shucking and jiving. The time has come.
In 1959, the media discovered the Nation of Islam.
While city officials, state agencies, white liberals, and sober-minded Negroes stand idly by, a group of Negro dissenters is taking to street corner step ladders, church pulpits, sports arenas, and ballroom platforms across the United States to preach a gospel of hate that would set off a federal investigation if it were preached by Southern whites.
Lou Lomax, a reporter I'd never heard of, came to my office, told me about something called the Black Muslims. I'd never heard of them. Would we be interested in doing a broadcast, a documentary about them? I suggested that, yeah, we might. Let's learn more about them. One of the conditions of our doing the broadcast, he said, was they will not talk to a white reporter.
This is the first time I think my color has ever been in my favor rather than against me, but on the whole I would say that this assignment was a little rough.
Assigned a white camera crew, Lomax filmed this rally in Washington, D.C. The program included a performance of a play by Louis X called The Trial, in which whites are tried for their offenses against blacks.
I charge the white man, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with being the greatest murderer on earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest liar on earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest troublemaker on earth. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask you, bring back a verdict of guilty as charged.
When Lou Lomax came back with a film of the rally, the Black Muslim rally, I was simply stunned. I mean, here was this auditorium overflowing, thousands of people, about an organization I knew nothing about. I found it difficult to credit when I saw it.
Have you ever been accused, sir, of preaching hate?
Yes.
Do you think you are preaching hate?
No.
What are you preaching, sir?
Truth.
They call Mr. Muhammad a hate teacher because he makes you hate dope and alcohol. They call Mr. Muhammad a black supremacist because he teaches you and me not only that we're as good as the white man, but better than the white man. Yes, better than the white man. You are better than the white man. And that's not saying anything. That's not saying you know where just to be equal with him. Who is he to be equal with? You look at his skin. You can't compare your skin with his skin. While your skin look like gold beside his skin. You find that old pale thing laying out in the sun, trying to get to look like you. That old pale thing.
In 1963, Malcolm X became national spokesman for the Nation of Islam.
Find them using man pain, trying to look